friends, what's up? How are you? I hope you are doing well. Oh my gosh, the poor country with all the weather that's going on. I feel so bad for my friends in the South who are so not prepared for the kind of weather they're getting, and I've never snowblowed my driveway as much as I have in the month of February 2021. Oh my gosh. And it's been cold, so the snow hasn't gone anywhere. I have drifts at the end, not drifts, but piles at the end of my driveway that are almost as tall as I am. Let's hope spring is on the way soon. I hope this video will help you escape from the troubles of your life with a wonderful rom-com that I've got today. The book is called The Boyfriend Designer by Christopher Harlan. This is the second video I've done on a book of Christopher's, wholly different from the other video, which was Preacher. I will of course include that in the description box below and then up in the cards as well, so you can check that out. This was just a complete 180 from that, but I liked it just as much. Very interesting topic, I have to say. Not that I am anything like Shoshana and Conor, but I do put myself out there, and it's just kind of interesting how I saw and knew about some of the things that Christopher wrote in this story. The Boyfriend Designer is about Conor and Shoshana. They are both influencers, have YouTube channels, different YouTube channels. They're in their later 20s and live this kind of new lifestyle and career being on YouTube. Shoshana was the assistant for her best friend Tori. Tori actually has a book of her own. It's the first book in this. I don't know if it's going to be a duet or what it is, so don't quote me on that. But the first book is called The Kiss Clause. I unfortunately didn't read that. I'm looking forward to going back and reading it because it's about Tori and Cormac. And then we see Tori in this book. Tori talks about pushing Shoshana to the forefront, that she's got great ideas and she would have a great channel. So Shoshana goes for it. She's gaining popularity really fast and was brought to the attention of Conor. Conor has an existing channel. He's very successful. Conor's channel is all about teaching men to be men and alpha men. What is it called? Unlocking your inner alpha or something like that. You know, at first it was like, yuck, sexist. I was like, oh God, you know, but it's very much be the alpha guy. And, you know, I can't say I loved Conor in that respect until he explained it in a way that I kind of understood, and I'll share that with you in a little bit. Shoshana's channel, such a great idea, so fun, is called The Boyfriend Designer. And she goes around and talks to women about who their perfect man would be. And she does that by asking them 3 questions. And I wrote down the questions so I could share them with you. The first one is, describe your perfect man physically and non-physically. The second one is, in what romantic comedy would your relationship take place in? And then the third one is, and it's a long one, so I'm going to read it. What is the one thing you want your perfect boyfriend to know about you that would make your relationship last? Okay, so of course I sat down and thought about this, right? How could I do a video and not answer Shoshana's questions? And the funny part is that I couldn't answer them really. So who would be my perfect ideal, you know, coming up with a celebrity that I could describe to you, who's like physically like, you know, who I crush on. The first one would be, although I don't like his personality, Ben Affleck. I don't know, there's just something about him that I really like, but not really when he opens his mouth. The second one would be Jai Courtney, who is an Australian actor, and I should have, a lot of people don't know who he is. So Google him because you probably will recognize him. He was actually the muse for one of my favorite book series ever. And as soon as I saw him associated with that main male character, oh, it was absolutely completely done for. So I crush on him hard. I mean, I even follow him on Instagram. And then the third person would be John Krasinski. Okay, so very different men, very different men. But then the second part of that question would be non-physically. And that's where I guess, where I say I couldn't really answer the question, because non-physically is like where it's at for me. And I know this now because I'm as old as I am, that when you have chemistry with somebody, you just have chemistry. You can't force it. I thought that was a very interesting question. And even in the book, when Shoshana asked somebody, she kind of makes fun of the woman that she asked, saying that she overthought it. Well, I mean, just like slap it on my forehead, overthinker, that's me. And then the romantic comedy question, I came up with the two things that popped in my mind. The first two things that popped in my mind were Pride and Prejudice, not really a romantic comedy, and Friends, the TV show. I mean, again, talk about polar opposites. So I don't know what you want to do with that one. I'm just not really sure. And then the third question is where I got like really serious, and again, slapping overthinker on my forehead for you all to know, is that I would always be afraid that he would leave me. And like, that's like a whole other video, but it's something that I do know about myself and have allowed myself to kind of dig into and work on with myself. So there you go. There's my therapy session for today. Let's get back to talking about the boyfriend designer. Shoshana was funny as a character. Man, she was all over the place. Just, she had lots of different thoughts, and the way Christopher wrote her mind just seemed to be going a mile a minute all the time. And not only were you in her mind, because we do get dual perspective in this book, but she says everything that's on her mind. I really liked her. She was very endearing, and I laughed with her a lot. She was very funny. Like I said, Conor kind of, not that I didn't like him, but he had a little bit of the yuck factor. And I knew it wasn't going to stay that way, but just there was things like about his channel and stuff that I didn't like. But I was pretty sure Christopher was going to change my mind. One of the things on his channel is that he plays Smash or Pass. And if you don't know what that is, it's, you know, whether it's food or a attractive person, celebrity, whether it's a book, anything, you could come up with smash or pass, and then you get like a list and you describe why you smash it or pass it. Smash it is a good thing. Pass is obviously you're not interested. Well, Conor plays this on his channel, and somebody sends him a picture of Shoshana. And like, ew. And he talks about her, how do I put this plainly? Because I've also given up swearing for Lent. So I can't say the word. And not that I don't swear on my channel, but I don't like to use the F word on my channel. But it also gets brought up about her affability score, like whether he would want to sleep with her or not. And, you know, I know that that stuff goes on. I mean, sometimes, yes, it's all in good fun, but when you have a background like Conor has and a following like he has, and the channel that he has, and then to do that, it was just not good. So of course, Shoshana gets sent the video of what he does of her, and this is what she says. Part of me just keeps replaying that Smash or Pass video over and over in my head on some sadistic loop that makes me even more angry every time the loop restarts. Not only that, but in my warped mental replays, Conor keeps adding expletives like ugly and gross when he's describing all of the reasons that he would never, ever have sex with me. I need to stop. These thoughts are bordering on the obsessive. Well, no kidding, right? I mean, no, you don't want to hear anybody talk about you like that. And it's even worse because his platform is so huge. She gets an opportunity to give him a piece of her mind in person. But there's just that thing about chemistry. And even though you think that you probably really don't like somebody, when you meet them and you have chemistry, you just kind of can't help it. And this is from Shoshana again. I was going to let him know what an asshole he was, how he was wrong to objectify me like that, but standing here watching him approach, all I am is frozen. All I am is tongue-tied. All I can say is, so I understand you think very little of my affability. She's not starstruck by him, but she's like, there he is in front of her, and she didn't expect to feel like that he was so cute, and she was like, oh my gosh. Their banter was phenomenal. It's everything you want a rom-com to be. But then when we started to turn towards the rom part of the rom-com, I was like, okay, let's see what you got. Let's see if I start feeling those feelings between them like they started to feel. And this is where I kind of liked Conor a bit more. I'm looking at my special guest in the back. I heard her before yelling out another sarcastic comment meant to throw me off my game. It doesn't bother me at all. Actually, her putting up such a fight is a turn on. She's a turn on. I wonder what she'd yell out in bed after I was done with her. In the middle of my rant about all this man shit, I can't help but fix my eyes on her. Her hair, her face, that effing body. I literally don't know what the F I was thinking with that game. Actually, that's not true. I know exactly what I was thinking. But what I said sure the hell isn't how I really feel. I mean, look at this girl. It's not the way you walk or how you dress that makes you feel like a man. It's seeing a woman like her and having your body just respond to her without having any part of your brain needing to be involved. Yeah, okay. See, it's that whole chemistry thing again. He was growing on me. On the flip side, we have this from Shoshana. I have a bad history with guys. I trust too quickly, I fall too hard, and then I fill another grave with the soul of my shitty relationships. It's been a while since I've been in a real relationship or even slept with a guy, but I don't want to make that mistake with a guy who has 1 million followers. And let me tell you, I appreciated and I really liked how authentic this story felt about being on YouTube in a public platform, putting yourself out there. So I have some perspective on what they both do, not saying I'm the same as them at all. With this book being a rom-com, there is definitely some drama that's infused there. There's a realistic part to the book that I always really enjoy when I'm reading a story. And we do get a happily ever after at the end of the book. Let me know if you had read The Boyfriend Designer or which of Christopher's other books you have read. I would love to hear. I put a direct Amazon link to the book in the description box so you can grab the book straight from there. I always welcome you guys to come over to my social media and say hello to me over there, which is Kat Reads Romance on Facebook and Instagram. While you're here, I would love for you to hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing. When you do that, it will help this video get shown to more people here on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.